Hello, and welcome to one more video of the series Salesforce Automation Testing. So as you can see on the screen, it says Writing XPath using Access Method Part 2. So of course, there's a Part 1. So in the last video, we did discuss about what access method are. And I did mention that there are numerous types of access methods available while writing down an XPath. So we will be breaking down this topic into two videos. The first one, wherein we'll be talking about preceding sibling, following and following sibling that we've already done. If you've not seen that video, I would suggest that as a part of this playlist, please watch that video first and then come to this video, which is part 2. For folks who have already seen the part 1 video, let's start. So in this video, we will be looking at the last 4 types of access methods, starting with child type, right? So let me first of all take you to the exact definition of it. So as you can see on the screen right now, and let me zoom it a bit, it says child access type can be used to access all child elements of the current node. It is specifically useful in tables, right? So what does it say? It says that let's suppose you have a current node selected, and if you want to select the immediate child of that node, then this type, which is the child type, can be used. Now, again, no more theory. Let's talk about the example. So let me go ahead and let me copy this XPath and let me paste it here. Oh, it's already here. I'll paste it again. So if you see clearly, this is the XPath and this is the element it is selecting. This one, right? Type, this one, right? So with the help of this XPath, we did locate this element. Now let us go and have a look at the DOM of this element, right? So this is the element that we have selected, right? And so first of all, let us try to break this XPath into 2 parts. The first one being till here, that is the first XPath, and then we bring in the child, right? So let me first cut this, right? So with the help of this XPath, we have navigated to this node, and in this node, there is a div, then there is class, and then there is this class name. So with the help of this particular, this particular declaration of the code, we have written an XPath that helps us locate this element in particular. Now, what I need to do is I need to find the immediate child of it, which has the P tag, right? So I'll go ahead and I'll paste it here. So it says /child P text is equals to type, right? So basically, if you see, this child basically tells it that whichever element is in the hierarchy of this div, that is this one. I know I'm saying this a lot, but you just focus on my cursor right now, because that gives me a chance to explain you that which particular element or which particular node I'm talking about. Cool. So this is secondary fields, and where was it? It was somewhere. Okay. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's do the more smart thing. Let me cut it here. So do you see? We have used the div element and we are selecting or using this particular node, and now I want to locate a P element which is a child of div. So if you see, it's in hierarchy of it. Let me collapse it. It gives a better view. So this is the element that we have selected. Now let us open it more, and see, you see the P, and here also you see P tag, which is paragraph. So I want to locate the first paragraph which is in the hierarchy of this div or the main div. Cool. So what I'll do is I'll paste it here, which is child P text is equals to type, right? So now I have got this unique thing, and whichever paragraph was the first one and it was a child to the div element which had the class secondary fields will be selected. So that is the key idea of a child, that is selecting a node which is just immediate below to the main node, right? So this was the main node. Now just immediate to it, which had the P tag, it was this node. Cool. So that's it. Okay, now let's talk about the second one, which is parent. Cool. So as the name suggests, parent is actually the exact opposite of child. It means it can be used to access all parent elements of the current node. It is opposite to the child that we did spoke about. So in child, you access all the child nodes or the lower nodes of the current selected node. But in parent, you select all the parent or all the above nodes of the current selected node, right? So let me go ahead and let me copy this again. and I will paste it here. Again, I see the one, that is this one. So how do I explain it to you? Let me zoom a bit. So again, the same thing. Let's first of all only focus on the main XPath, that is /p text is equals to type. So go ahead and select an element whose tag is p. Okay. Oh, it got zoomed a lot. Okay. Right. So /p text is equals to type. We have it. Now what we want to do is that we want to go ahead and we want to select the immediate parent of this node, right? So I'll go ahead and paste here. So the immediate parent of this node is div. So if you see clearly, let me cut it for a while. So this is p, right? And now if I paste it here, this is div. So the exact immediate parent of this node that we selected earlier is div, right? So with the help of parent, you can select the immediate parent, or you can select the immediate upper node of the current node, right? So, when I was learning, I had this question. I was a bit confused in parent, child, and all these. So understand, parent is basically the upper nodes, that is the upper hierarchy, and child is basically the lower nodes, that is the lower hierarchy, right? So this is the parent, and then when you see inside it, this is the child, right? And same here. So this is P, and now child of P is basically slot, and now child of slot is lightning formatted text, for example, right? So as you go deep down, arrow by arrow, arrow by arrow, right? The parent to child thing starts. And if you go from child to parent, that is from slot to P, the child parent thing starts, right? So this is all you need to know rather about parent. Now let's go on to the next one, that is descendant, right? So as the English word suggests, descendant is basically used to select all the descendants of the current node, right? So it's very similar to child. So what you do in child is that you simply go ahead and you select the immediate child or son or daughter in real time terms, right? So for example, if I go to div and if I want to select the child, it will only select me this p tag or this entire element, right? Now with the help of descendant, what I can do is I can select all the p tags which are there in the hierarchy. I mean, for example, this p tag, or I don't know, maybe mm, this p tag, right? So whatever p elements are below this div will all be selected. Let's see it in action. So let me go ahead and let me copy this XPath. Yeah. So do you see there are 12 results in front of you? So what it does is, and let me scroll you to all these elements once. So let me click on enter one more time P, one more time P, one more time P, one more time P, and so on. You will get 12 results with P tag, right? So with the help of descendants, you can select all the elements with P tag which are in the hierarchy or the lower hierarchy of that particular element that you're selecting, right? Let us see it again in action one more time. I'll cut the descendant thing from here. So do you see, when given this div with class and this one, I have this particular element selected, right? Now what I want to do is that all the P's that are below this, I mean, below the selected element, I want to go and grasp all of them, right? So what I'll do is I'll go and paste them, and now you have all these descendants below the selected class. Cool. So yeah, that is about descendant. And now coming to ancestor. The ancestor is basically, as the definition says, it says it can be used to select all the ancestors of the current node, or ancestors are parent grandparents. So what are ancestors? Basically, when we talk about parent, we are just talking about the immediate node above. So for example, if I'm selecting this element, or if I'm selecting this element, and if I talk about the parent, it's just the above p tag, the just below it, the just above it, the just above it. Repeat it to yourself. For parent, it is just above it. For child, it is just below it. And when I say it means the current node, whichever node you're talking about, or whichever node you're selecting with the use of XPath, right? So with the help of ancestor, what you can do is you can go ahead and you can select all the above hierarchy nodes of the current node. That is, it can be parent, it can be grandparent, and so on, right? So let me again copy this XPath. Let me paste it here, right? So what it does is, let me go ahead and let me put the P here just to show you how we are forming the ancestor thing. So P text is equals to type. That is, select me an element whose text is type. So it did select. If you see on the screen on the upper left corner, there is a highlighted element. And now if you paste it here, what it says is that all the ancestors which are having the div tag. Go and select them. So if you see, there are 18 elements of such sort. So just go ahead and have a look at it, right? So if you start from here, there is one div. Then if you go more, there is another div. Then if you go more, there is another div. Then another div, right? And so on, right? So all the div tags which are above text is equals to type will be straight away selected and will be given to you. So this is the explanation of ancestor node, right? So with this, the discussion, the practical examples of all the access method is complete. I hope that you did get a good understanding of it. If not, please comment and let us know. And if you, even if you want us to create a separate video on your doubts, we will do that. And yeah, I hope that you are learning well, and I hope that you're on the right path. So stay tuned and see you in the next video. Thank you.